The merchant frowned as he looked towards the voice in the back. As expected, Yu Jung-hyuk was standing there. My expression changed as I warned him. Hey, don't go around talking like that. The destruction of the first Miram that Yu Jung-hyuk mentioned was a scenario that hadn't happened yet. In the original novel, the tragedy would occur in a few more years. Of course, Yu Jung-hyuk witnessed this in the last regression, and the future became the past for him. Don't waste unnecessary time. You know that people can't become stronger with that trash. I was just letting the group take a look. We aren't here to be tourists. Have you forgotten? As he spoke, I managed to see something in Yu Jung-hyuk's hand. It was a paper wrapped with a hot and sweet smell coming from it. Dumpling? Yu Jung-hyuk ate the dumpling with an unapologetic face and continued talking. There are 3 hidden pieces that can be found in the first Miram at this time. The Annihilation Emperor's martial arts book, the Black Demon Spirit's Black Demon Sword, and the Blood Demon School's Demon Spirit Bead. The merchant cut in after Yu Jung-hyuk's words. The Annihilation Emperor's martial arts book and the Demon Spirit's Black Demon Sword, the Blood Demon School's Demon Spirit Bead. There is still someone searching for such things. Wake up! They're literally legends. They completely disappeared during the old days of Miram. Yu Jung-hyuk didn't bat an eyelid despite the merchant's laughter. It was because Yu Jung-hyuk knew they really existed. He even knew how to obtain a few of them. He shamelessly mentioned it in front of other people because he knew they wouldn't believe him anyway. I replied to his words. The Blood Demon School's Demon Spirit Bead has a low utility even if obtained. You might be able to absorb it, but if I or the other party members eat it incorrectly, Qigong deviation is going to occur. Yu Jung-hyuk made the expression that I wanted. On the other hand, the merchant's expression was embarrassed as he heard us calmly discussing legends. I continued talking. The Annihilation Emperor's martial arts book is very difficult to obtain. You can get it, but you can't stay here for long. I see. Finally, the Black Demon Spirit's Black Demon Sword? Maybe you're trying to obtain it because your sword is broken, but have you forgotten that there's a weapon that is easier to obtain with a similar performance? Yu Jung-hyuk's complexion changed to my words. He noticed what I was trying to say. Do you really intend to go there? Yes. This time, the power of the Breaking the Sky Sword Saint is essential. I'm not going. Do what you want. However, can you guide me to the school? Yu Jung-hyuk made a grim expression and the merchant interjected again. Are you going to find the Breaking the Sky Sword Saint? That's right. The merchant watched us with a slightly weary expression. Then he shook his head and withdrew his products. That's it. Give that to me. I won't sell them to you. Han Myung-oh, who was listening earnestly to the Ice Flower Goddess, was embarrassed as the earphones were suddenly pulled out. The merchant smiled at Han Myung-oh. I'm surprised that there are still friends who want to stick to the old ways. It isn't too bad to feel the change of the times in person. Good luck with your hard work. The merchant spoke unknown words and dragged his stall to another place to solicit customers. I stared at the merchant's back for a moment. Han Myung-oh asked, What the hell does that mean? Department head, you said you like Miram novels. Huh? Well, that's right. Then it'll be great. The person we're visiting now is the only one in Miram who adheres to the old training methods. I said this while chasing after Yu Jung-hyuk walking ahead of me. Was it because he came to the first Miram after a long time? Yu Jung-hyuk had a nostalgic look on his face, and he looked at the surroundings with distant eyes. The streets gradually grew quiet. The buzzing of the marketplaces died away, and there was the faint smell of animal feces. How long did we walk? Yu Jung-hyuk's footsteps finally stopped. It was in front of a shabby residence that couldn't be compared to those on the busy streets. There was a small hut in the center of the grounds. I read the small nameplate set up in front of the hut. Breaking the Sky Sword School. Recruiting disciples at all times. This is where the Breaking the Sky Sword Saint lived. It's up to here for me. Yu Jung-hyuk spoke these words and climbed a cherry tree nearby. He really didn't want to meet the Breaking the Sky Sword Saint. Han Myung-oh spoke in a suspicious tone. Something so shabby. Originally, Miram masters stay in shabby places, I replied. Jang Hyung asked with an expectant expression. Is there someone here who gave me the martial arts technique? Come to think of it, Jang Hyung had received the Breaking the Sky Sword's immortal body through the wall. Someone taught it to him, but I didn't know how it was possible. Even Yu Jung-hyuk had struggled to learn it. Breaking the Sky Sword Saint, are you here? I knocked on the door. Breaking the Sky Sword Saint, I need your help. There was no answer from the Breaking the Sky Sword Saint to my large shouts. However, I couldn't go back just because there was no answer. I shouted brazenly and opened the door. I will take this as a signal to enter. There was a creak as the door opened and revealed the interior. The interior of the residence was better than I thought. There weren't any signs of a person living there. Instead, an unexpected existence was waiting for us. Jang Hyun cried out happily. Aw, is there a dog? A dog was lying on the floor, staring at us. It was a medium-sized dog dressed in a dark blue uniform with its tongue stretched out. Han Myung-oh nervously stuck to my side. Is that the Breaking the Sky Sword Saint? No. I gazed at the panting dog and recalled the contents from Ways of Survival. Black-colored fur with reddish-brown eyes, the watchdog lay down in a manner that was as elegant as a person. There was no doubt. This dog is a disciple of the Breaking the Sky Sword Saint. Disciple? If I remember correctly, he's called the Breaking the Sky Master. Han Myung-oh asked with an absurd expression. Now, why is a dog a disciple? It happens when people are worse than dogs. In the first place, the idea that people are better than dogs is a human ideal. I read the curious air around the dog. The exclusive skill, Omniscient Reader's Viewpoint, has been activated. Old folk tales gathered and became stories. Fragments of folk tales in the area became an original story to me. The story, Dog Who Grows Up at a Village School for 3 Years Can Recite Poetry, is in effect. For example, what if a dog accompanied the strongest person in Miram for a long time? What if the dog started to follow the master's actions one day? He followed and copied for 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, and finally, 100 years passed. Jang Hyung murmured with astonishment, What is this? The dog stood up on 2 legs and looked at us like he was a human. He had strange eyes that couldn't be read at all. I couldn't sense any hostility from him, but it was difficult to see him as benevolent. Han Myung-oh frowned at the strange sight. I don't think this is a welcome greeting. I will deal with him. Department head? I'm also a demon Earl. Don't look down on me. An Earl-grade demon certainly wasn't weak. An Earl should have at least a decent story. Ha! Han Myung-oh ran forward and confidently revealed his story. I wasn't sure about the exact identity of the story, but he picked up a few history grade stories and were using them. He was still a member of Asmodeus' household, so if I checked Han Myung-oh's skills... Before I could finish the thought, Han Myung-oh's body flew through the air with a loud sound. The character, Breaking the Sky Master, has used 100 Steps Godly Fists level 10. The character, Breaking the Sky Master, has used Red Phoenix Shunpo level 10. Oh my god. The dog blew Han Myung-oh out of the house and rushed towards Jang Hyung. I reflexively pushed Jang Hyung and activated Bookmark. The exclusive skill Wave of the Wind level 10 plus 1 is activated. The momentary wind sensation made the dog's movements look dull. I pulled Jang Hyung and moved along the path created by the wind, avoiding the dog's paw. There was a fearsome power in the dog's paws as sparks occurred. Who could believe that a lowly-looking dog was using the power of breaking the sky? Wait a minute, we have no intention of fighting. Then the dog picked up a piece of paper that was rolling around. Recruiting disciples at all times. I finally realized what was happening. Shit. It's the disciples' recruitment period. If I remember correctly, there were quite a few people yearning for the old Miram who visited the Breaking the Sky Sword Saint. Most of them weren't even able to enroll because of this dog. I won't accept any person as a disciple if they aren't as good as this dog. In other words, the Breaking the Sky Master was the checkpoint to enter the Breaking the Sky Sword School. The dog was stimulated by my movements and growled. Faint sparks appeared around the dog. A startled Jang Hyung asked, What is this? Is this really a dog? I was also surprised. Based on the way the sparks were turning yellow, there was no doubt. This was Transcendent Stage 1. I never thought the Breaking the Sky Sword Master would be this strong, damn it. I could deal with him if I revealed my power, but my body hadn't recovered yet. I also couldn't excessively use my stories to deal with a dog. In the end, there was only one method. Yu Jung-hyuk, help me just once. Yu Jung-hyuk was quiet. This jerk wasn't responding. I'll help you find the Blood Demon School's demon spirit bead if you deal with this guy. Yu Jung-hyuk still didn't respond, and the dog moved. It was so fast that I couldn't have avoided it using Way of the Wind. It happened when I was going to invoke electrification. Yu Jung-hyuk appeared in front of me and used the heavenly sword of gathering clouds to block the dog's paws. The demon spirit bead is still insufficient. Add the black demon spirit's black demon sword as well. Shit, this stingy person. I understand. Just take care of the dog. Yu Jung-hyuk lightly shook his sword to shake off the dog and took a kendo position with an arrogant expression. Yellow sparks started to flow around Yu Jung-hyuk's body. As expected, Yu Jung-hyuk had also passed Transcendence Stage 1. Originally, it shouldn't be possible for him at this point in time. The Breaking the Sky Master was tense when the same power appeared. The confrontation between man and dog was filled with unbelievable tension. A formidable magic power started to encroach on the surroundings. In the original work, Yu Jung-hyuk had also competed with the Breaking the Sky Master. The Breaking the Sky Sword Saint has 2 disciples. It was the first time he came to learn the Breaking the Sky Sword Saint to learn swordsmanship. One is the Breaking the Sky Master, the dog raised by the Breaking the Sky Sword Saint. He probably lost at that time. The second is Supreme King Yu Jung-hyuk. Now it would be different.